Who was that? Big K.
my daughter looking for her brother, apparently.
Cabana's like, is that my kid?
All right. Hello. Welcome everyone back to a regular Friday edition of the Happy Hour show. Introduced, actually, first time ever kicked off by one of a little one in the Big K household. So that was an original opening that we've never had before. So thank you, Big K, for that. How's everybody doing out there?
Good. Chilling.
Anytime
Motley Investor over there with the lovely HEX.com Toyota version of the
Supra, the car that never existed.
Yes, that's a rare limited edition.
Edition.
Whatever happened with the HEX toy? I thought we were getting like a car made or something that we could purchase or something like that.
Talk to Ricky. I don't know. I tried and it fell through. I actually might reach out to the company. I think legally I'm able to go out and do it on my own, so I might still do it.
All right, good.
I know I want one too.
I know, many people do. Big K, how you doing, man? Where in the world is Big K?
Puerto Rico by that internet.
Oh, fantastic as always.
Pixelated, fantastic,
and a bit delayed.
Just chilling at home.
All right, and guest Bloo Bum.
There, he knows. He knows. He knows. I might have to
way delayed.
Change cycle through my connection.
He's like 30 seconds behind.
Maybe you should rejoin and come back. Duke of Booze, what is going on? Cheers to everybody, because we just got raided by DJ Cryptomatic, who is doing some sick reggae tunes over there. I enjoyed, in particular, the island backdrops that he had. What is up, Bugs? We're getting hellos from Dublin. Paul Sachs. Randy Hilarski is not here, but you guys need to pick it up in your football pool because it's embarrassing at this point. Just saying.
It's all about the UFC.
Yes, Mr. Anderson, your excellence. What's going on? Tripod. Yes, we did start before Christmas and Halloween, so we are good. What else? Hex Logic. Yes, DJ, you have rated over. Finn Bear is here. Hexkin K. What's up, Nom Nom? So I was sitting in the green room. I mean, I have probably the longest list of potential topics that we can talk about. So, I mean, I just figure we get right in. So no trivia this week or anything like that. Oh, if you're wondering where Tangent is, so are we. But we're also not surprised either. So he did say that his sleep schedule this week would work pretty darn well with the showtime, and here we are. So
does that mean because it's 5 a.m. It's 5 a.m. in Perth at the moment. So
yeah, but I mean he's awake all hours of the day on stream.
That means he was partying the night before. He's like, I'll just stay up. Probably.
Yeah. Somebody said he probably forgot he was at a pool party or something. So
do I sound?
You look and sound way better, sir.
Way better.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you're in real time.
And no delay. Yeah, that's important.
That's super cool. I do like you guys hanging on my every word, but this is better for everyone.
What is that beverage there, Big K?
Today we've gone back to, again, my traditional Napa cabs. It's called Anatomy number 1, I guess. I don't know what that is. I'll be honest with you. It was a reasonable bottle that was at the store here in Puerto Rico. So, it's like you take what you can get. It's pretty good, though. It's pretty good.
Gotcha. I have a rum and 0-calorie cola. I'm on the keto. And if my timing is correct, I should be entering the wonderful state of ketosis tomorrow morning. So we'll see. And I need to get that over with because I'm already hungry for like bread and thirsty for beer and stuff that.
What's the coffee in ketosis? Like bulletproof coffee or something like that, where you just put butter and a bunch of fat into it?
Oh yeah, you can do that. You ever
do that?
No, I haven't, but I have done the. Shoot, I don't even have it in the other room, but there are like little shots of stuff that you can take for the fat and stuff to take that kind of edge off too. But yeah. All right, I'm down like a couple pounds already. Just need a few more and then I'm good. Just need a reset before Christmas. So
it melts quick once you get into ketosis.
Yes, it does. Pound a day at least. So we shall see. What else we have going on? Yeah, and for those new, I know we get new viewers every now and then. We pretty much bill ourselves as entertaining
Financial advisors.
Yes, no. Educational but entertaining, informal but informative. So welcome to the show. First time. We talk a lot of crypto, a lot of the Richard Hart / PulseChain / HEX ecosystem, whatever you want to call that, and spend a lot of fun hours doing it. Have a lot of fun. We're going to talk some UFC too. We're big fans of that, and just a monster card tomorrow. We'll talk that towards the end of the show. And we can talk a bunch of other stuff too. So welcome if it's your first time, and happy to have you. So like I said, no shortage of topics. I did just pull a couple things from Twitter just to start off while the audience gets in here. Start off, I guess, a little light, but some cool stuff just dealing with real life sightings of HEX. We have, what is this one here? So it was DJ Cryptomatic tweeted the other day. This is pretty cool. While our HEX logo was featured on the intro to this episode about crypto, and once more a bit further into it. So very cool. That was over in Germany. You can see the HEX logo there off to the right of the screen behind her.
Oh, I didn't see that.
It had that black background. And then what else do we have here? We also have... Oh, this is funny because it's disappeared already, and go figure as to why. But this was an article on CoinMarketCrap, excuse me. What are the most viewed cryptocurrencies on CoinMarketCrap via CoinMarketCrap.com, and HEX was up there. It was number one most visited, right down in there in the lower left. And I don't think that is the case anymore. Last I checked, it was erased, but maybe it's back. So some cool real world sightings of HEX, and probably my favorite just occurred this past weekend. And this was real life representation of HEX, M to the K against Fake Drake, taking him out with the wonderful Hex.com attire. And then I know lots of Hexicans were up there. I saw him, Core the Investor, I think Hex Monkey was there, Dollar Cost, Funding Jim, Kareem, Marco was there. I'm also
Hex
mad
Monkey.
I missed Marco. Haven't met him yet either, but that was cool. Fake Drake looked pretty silly every now and then. He actually slipped when trying to punch and stuff like that. So it was bad, but anyway,
it was terrible. No boxing experience was to be had that night.
Absolutely none. And you had it right, Motley. Like, you were like, man, he's like, I don't know. I was like, well, our guy's been training at the Mayweather camp, and he's like, I don't know, man. And,
not enough time. It was like 1 to 2 weeks, and I saw him throwing some punches. I was like, nope, there's not enough time to prepare properly for an actual fight. But luckily
that's
for
the
him, his opponent wasn't up to snuff either. So it's fun.
And the whole point of celebrity boxing is they're terrible, isn't it?
How awful it is.
I mean, personally, if I'm going to fight someone, I want months of preparation and like give myself the best odds to win. So I don't want to go in there sloppy, but nine out of 10 of those fights were pretty rough. And I think there was the first like trans woman fight or whatever. Yeah, that was. When I saw that on the card, I was like, ooh, here we go, Hex.com.
that could be a great fight or very one-sided.
Hey, they won. She was very jacked. She? There you go. I don't know.
Okay. We will leave that there. Anyway, what's going on, chat? Yes, Briz, we are the silent majority. And there's a lot more on that note. So that's pretty much a lot of the fun stuff. Now we get into some of the more want to be a downer or say enraging, everybody get mad. That's not what we're here for. But I mean, this stuff is real life, and this first one is a little older on the news front, but it kind of is a segue to where we're going with this. So we didn't really cover it on this show yet, but where are we at here? So this lovely thing, and this is exactly why crypto was invented. So PayPal, that was a couple weeks ago, or less than 2 weeks ago. Pretty much, it was they put it in their user agreement, as far as I can tell, and then once someone found out about it, they just completely just panicked and retracted it. So basically, what it was, the short of it is, they put it in their user agreement that if a user is, found to have,
spread misinformation,
misinformation, that they could be docked $2,500 straight from their account. And it's like, holy crap, man! Like, first of all, why would anybody think that's even fair? Who is the deemer of misinformation? I mean, if it's the internet, then that's, you can't even go on Facebook or Twitter anymore, or sometimes this platform, and speak your mind, or at least you have to be careful about it. And then it's like, oh my gosh, man. So any thoughts on this? I mean, this is, like I said, this is why crypto exists. It comes down to like this future social credit system that everyone fears. It's like, oh, well, you got to watch your back, or how many, what's your carbon footprint been for the past year? You're not allowed to buy here, buy and sell, and, we're going to freeze your assets. It's absolutely disgusting.
They're going to kill their own business, though. Like, they came at a time when they actually did offer a service that other people weren't, but now they don't. I mean, there's a ton of, you can make up your own,
and they're trying to get into crypto, online. Right?
Yeah, but it was fake crypto. You couldn't get off their platform. You could only buy and sell.
See, I didn't even. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So it's absolutely disgusting on that front. So then, I mean, this continuing in this whole thread, we have BitBoy with his tweet. Got double and triple confirmation this week that Sam Bankman-Fried is working behind the scenes to create a federal bit license in the United States. This will make decentralized and peer-to-peer transactions illegal. This man, Sam Bankman-Fried, needs to be accountable for more than just his bad haircut. And we'll get into the next part of this later. But again, it's like you have these guys that come in, and I guess they're trying to be friendly with regulators, and they want their own centralized exchanges to succeed, stick around, whatever term you want. And then, we find out things like this. Now, obviously, this is like a BitBoy tweet, but he has a good following, and he's in the know with a lot of this stuff. So I'm not taking, this lightly by any means, but just overall, it's pretty enraging for some people that say that they are trying to advance crypto, going down the absolutely opposite avenue that we're supposed to go, and why crypto was invented. So it's just like, I hate it. Go ahead.
It also sort of stifles innovation for Americans specifically, because, like, yeah, sure, they're going to, okay, let's say they bring all of this in. And so it's really the American people who have businesses in America that lose out, because people overseas they'll run up their front ends and people will interact with them, and they can't really reach them, the jurisdiction.
I mean, and you'd imagine that eventually somebody would create a front end that does a pretty good job at obfuscating, that would look a lot more like a direct contract interaction, and wouldn't name itself, oh, this is the Uniswap v2 or Macho swap system, when it was used, so like, I mean, I'm not saying there's definitely, ways around, like, it's just, it's the typical cat mouse kind of thing. I mean, I think that we're missing the real winning article on this page here, and that's that it looks like in the corner there it says that Kanye West wants to build his own mini city called the ecosystem. Is that what that says? That's the real news right there, guys. That's just huge.
Cabana. Jeez. And commence spam.
And there we go.
And commence spam. Anyways, yeah, no, I mean, are you going to bring up the Sam Bankman-Fried, like the whole thing that he released just recently next? Did you see all that yet?
No, I haven't. Go ahead.
So he actually just, if you go on his tweet sphere or whatever, he just released like a whole, like, here's what I've actually been talking to regulators about, and people are breaking that up quite a bit. I mean, that was over the past, like, I don't know, 24 or 36 hours it came out, and I'd say a lot of it is, I don't know if it might be down further, but like there's a whole big tweet storm he did on it or whatever you want to call it. There it is. Yeah. Is it some new things? No, it wasn't that. But people are parsing it up and seeing what he's saying. You know, it was a lot about having to do with regulation. And basically it was that like the front ends should, in his mind, should be all doxed and all that shit and everything, you know, which sucks. So he sucks, but we kind of knew he sucked. He's like, from the very beginning, not like really giving a shit about he's not here for crypto. He's here for dollars. So.
That he is.
Pretty much.
So then we move on to probably the rant of the week /
So if you're wondering why FTX was like buddying up to Major League Baseball and whatever, you know, typical main
the Democrat Party
arena in Miami, I think.
They've got a marina, all that kind of stuff. They're not like
largest donor.
Yeah, they're not.
He put all his money behind. He put his bet on Biden, and he won. So now he's getting all of this stuff. Did he though? He won. Yeah.
I mean, he's winning, maybe, but everyone else loses
on that bet.
Yeah. I mean, it was the courting was not just for like the users; it was for the minds of those running the shows.
Yeah, no doubt.
So then we move on.
I don't represent the people. The fuck I don't.
Alex Jones time.
It's me. I'm the one out here putting the work in behind the scenes, trying to save crypto, while these Sam Bankman-Fried, Brian Armstrong, they're trying to permanently ruin it. This is not about money for me. I hope you guys understand this. I'm here for you.
Yeah.
This guy with these freaking glasses on, this douchebag, is out here trying to tell you that only the suits know what to do.
I think he's talking
only
Ryan
the
Adams.
suits, only the people who have all the money. They're the ones who can determine what happened. No, our bill is for the people, and you're going to find this out. We've got the funding for it, and it's coming out.
I like someone made a comment when he made that post, and they're like, "I love the giant Binance sponsored banner that's underneath that. The irony is real," and I was just like, "Yep, gotta pay the bills, gotta pay."
Don't forget how you got here, but at the same time, I appreciate the sentiments now. But yeah, we're also pushing these other exchanges, so it's like, but. I guess that's where we are, but I mean, I do appreciate somebody like a BitBoy who has such a
has some pull,
massive following,
saying something like that. And I do think I was just thinking about this after I watched that like once or twice, and I was just like, I was like, he's been talking to Richard, and like they've kind of been a little bit
of outrage marketing there,
warming up to each other a little bit, and recently publicly, and I mean, maybe that would be just outright awesome if Richard, and this is like partial fantasy, but like becoming the face of crypto with the highest of stakes coming out, and BitBoy with going super public with his absolute enraging feelings over all this, and maybe we're at a good turning point for crypto. So I don't know. hope for the best, and that certain parties, I don't even know what to say. Certain parties can pull their stuff together and organize, because I mean, if we just lay down, it's kind of like politics, right?
That's the thing, right? He's taking action on it, so that's good, because I know personally, like, do I want to go mess with that? No, I don't. So
Right.
I'm glad there's a bit boy. I'm glad there's a guy that actually has a following that's willing to go put in some work to fight for a lot of the core principles that we believe in. So
has he drafted a bill and he wants that to be?
it's what it sounds like. It's what it sounds like. They have their own bill written up.
What's their idea of
seen
regulation?
No idea. I don't think he's released it. I think that's the only time I've heard of it was in that little rant he just did.
I mean, he's hinted at it a couple times, but that's the first time he's been as explicit as that.
Actually mention it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So then we get to this lovely thing. And so this is the first time I actually went in and read over this, and this is
look at that little troll.
Yeah, of another coin, go figure, talking crap about Hex and all that. And then of course he publishes this and then rebuts pretty much every comment, saying that this is absolutely silly, that they even get what actually the function of Hex, they get that incorrect in the actual court documents.
They get a lot of stuff incorrect.
It was just
pretty much everything.
Right.
I kind of read through all of it. I was just okay.
It's very obviously a frivolous lawsuit.
Yes.
And I'm just curious, like, what happens if you're the victim? What happens if someone sues you for a frivolous thing? Like, what do you have to do?
I mean, you have to defend yourself, or
counter,
but like at the end of
defamation,
counter, but like and then you can, if they decide on that, then the person bringing the suit will owe your court fees and time and energy and effort and stuff like that.
Right.
But I mean, that's assuming that you have the money up front to defend yourself and all the rest. You know what I mean? It's a tricky situation.
Yeah, I wonder what RH will do then, because he's going to have to defend himself. It sounds like at some level. So does he just get a lawyer?
So this is the one that says in South Carolina. It says it's public record, but then I thought that it couldn't. I didn't see where it was actually look upable.
Someone said they actually linked it back, and it looks like the person that filed it waited to when they knew he was back visiting his mom to launch it in South Carolina.
Yeah.
Does he need to be there for them to serve him?
Yeah, I don't know what the parameters are on that.
I thought he was served on Twitter. That was the whole thing. People can be served on Twitter now if you're. It was
supposed to be Telegram, but then he was talking to a fake account on Telegram. It was pretty funny because someone screenshotted it and the fake account was asking for his crypto address or something.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
so he thought he was talking to Richard Hart, and he shows the screen.
It wasn't Richard. It was another Hexakin. I think it was Gamma or something like that. One of the devs in our community. It was pretty funny, but I think it was a fake account of him. I have to go back and look at the screenshots.
Yeah. So that's that
Who
whole
cares
mess. But yeah, it's still just really this is what we do in the bear market, right? It's just these are the things you see. And they go on and on and on. So what is up next? Oh yes, this lovely thing here. So next up we have the next Terra Luna. What could that be? A major 5 billion crypto could be about to self-destruct. What could this be? Is it another Celsius clone? What is it? Oh, they're talking about Hex. Hex could just take down the crypto market.
Man, this is making me feel more bullish all the time.
I know, right?
Yeah, fully. Hey.
I start again there.
I'm getting all these 2019, 2020 vibes. You're just
feels right.
Yeah. Hatred. Let it flow.
I found this one today and actually tweeted it out, and the Twitter thread. I mean, there's just tons of replies and takes on it and all that stuff. Actually, perhaps some breaking news here, but I actually reached out to this guy. Don't want to butcher his last name, but I would say Billy Brambrow, and he is a crypto writer for Forbes, obviously, and he's done other work on, I think, XRP, Chainlink, and I asked him, I just DM'd him, and I was figuring I would not get a response, just because usually most of the time you see something negative about HEX and people just ghost. You can't find a trace of them, or they won't reply. Well, he actually did respond. Credit to him. So I was first off impressed by that, and second, he's going to be on with Motley and I on Tuesday at 5 p.m. So we're going to discuss this piece, what went into it, just different aspects of it, whole bunch of stuff. I know in the piece it said he or someone had reached out to Richard Hart and did not hear back. I mean, if you slide it into his DMs, you're probably not going to hear back because there's so much spam in there anyway. And then the most painful thing of all, it quotes miserable Mike Alfred.
It just looks like lazy journalism. It looks like he literally gathered all his information from a tweet thread from Mike Alfred. Yeah. And then I was talking to Cabana about it after when he was telling me that he was able to have this journalist come on stream with us. And he's based 90% of his information off that terrible tweet thread. And then Mike Alfred literally deleted it like a couple minutes prior to, like the guy who's notorious for deleting all his terrible takes, because he probably realizes he's going to wind up with a lawsuit himself if he continues to do this crap. And I don't know. I really dislike lazy journalism like this.
And it's just like, I guess it's almost easy to write something like this if everyone public or more public is a BTC maxi. So that's pretty much the de facto of information, I guess, in the crypto world. So it's like, oh, well, this guy has a decent following on Twitter. I'm going to believe him. And, it's, this, random coin that everybody said, or not everybody, but some people attack as a scam or whatever you want to call it.
Meanwhile, the guy's got his mom to buy the Bitcoin top. His Bitcoin mining company is down 90%, but he's more concerned with Twitter trolling the HEX community. It's just like literally pick the biggest loser you can with the terrible, terrible information, and you base a whole FUD piece on it. Like, bruh, lazy, completely lazy.
Lazy. So I am right now putting a link to Tuesday's live stream in the chat. So head on over there, bookmark it, whatever you want to do so you get notified. Of course, we'll be putting it out on the socials as well. And I do give props to the author, just because I asked him, I was like, hey, when can you be on? And he was like, oh, maybe tomorrow. He's like, today couldn't work, but maybe tomorrow. I think he's over in Europe right now. And he's like, you know what? He's like, I don't want to cancel on you. So let's just get a time that is more concrete. And we ended up deciding on Tuesday at 5 p.m. Eastern. And I thought that was very cool of him. So good for him.
That's impressive.
Yeah. So that was pretty cool. So I'm eager to talk to him and find out the process and what
it's the least you could do when you write a terrible piece.
I mean, any form of a hater that's willing to take the heat is impressive, because over the past 3 years we've had a serious lack of that. We had to work hard in the highest of stakes. I know that they did to like find the right people, because I mean there's haters, but like you want to find people with gravitas that like actually aren't lazy journalists or aren't lazy just haters in general, and it's pretty hard. So kudos to this guy. I'm excited to watch. I'm glad that you guys didn't ask me to be a part, because I'm not interested.
I didn't want to feel have him feel that he was being ganged up on. So,
Oh, fair enough. Fair
figure
enough.
I
I
could
mean,
press the
and
buttons.
And
And
it might just be genuine ignorance. And if he's willing to
Could be.
come on, maybe it's just a process of, well, actually, da 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 da, and it could be a great
I mean,
conversation.
It's true.
it is.
That is true. I mean, I did a fantastic job at convincing quite a bit of haters through the filming too. So it's possible. I've done it. It works. Especially ones that are.
That is my speciality. The ignorance.
Well, they might. That doesn't mean that they're not intelligent. That just means that they're ignorant to this situation. So give them a chance. I'm not saying they're dummies. They just need a little help.
There you go. A little help, a little push.
Yeah.
So next up, U.S. Chamber of Commerce rips the SEC, LOL, for denying proposed grayscale Bitcoin ETF. Coinbase and Blockchain Association have both filed amicus briefs as the lawsuit against the commission moves forward. So I know everybody's like, oh my gosh, the aborted fetus looking man is going to ruin crypto. Not so fast, because you have like the Chamber of Commerce. There are government agencies working not so much in tandem on this thing. So you have the Chamber of Commerce and other organizations who aren't so quick to. I think it's the security
Chamber of Commerce is a lobby group, huh?
Yeah,
like a business industry lobby group. So
and
they
then
get money from.
There's one more, and they're standing up to Gensler as well, and they're not.
Well, I mean, it's the courts themselves seem to be standing against him in the sense that he's lost almost every case he's brought together, besides the one against Kardashian or something. So like,
yeah, it was a slam dunk. But
but I mean, hey,
right.
even a blind squirrel finds a nut from time to time. But yeah, that's I mean, so I wouldn't, it's one thing if he's knocking down suits all the time and you're watching coins, take the heat, but that hasn't been the case yet. So everybody chill out.
And we have cases against Library still out there, the XRP one, which is huge. And I think last I read, I think it might have been BitBoy. He was thinking, good things for crypto out of that one as well. Again, not, taking his word as gospel, but, for somebody with that following to say such things, I'll take a little positivity in the industry. Why not? So, yeah. I've also heard Gensler could be maybe out by next year. So it's okay, are we going to get this kind of regulation crammed in before he goes? Is that his grand exit attempt? Who knows? But again, we do bring this up, every week, every couple weeks, at least once a month, just because it's something that I think everyone should be aware of, especially in the States, as to what's going on. So there you go. All right. Let's get into a little more fun thing. So I got this concept from watching too much CNBC over the past month. And unfortunately, my TV was still on after 5 p.m. or 6 p.m. Eastern. And Jim Cramer was on. He had the lightning round still exists. Did anybody ever see that back in the day when he first brought it out?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
A little bit.
All right. So let's just do our own fun little lightning round. I'm going to name off a coin coming to Pulse or that's already out that will be on there.
No, this could be bad.
Give me your
this could be really bad.
Give me your 10-second take. You can abstain. You can be don't know enough about it to comment, aka pussing out, or just offer, I'm a buyer, I'm a seller, I don't like it, I'm staying away. That's the nice way of saying it.
I like this segment. It's going to end very poorly.
The first one, Motley Investor, 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Texan token.
Hex copycat. Not a fan. Haven't seen many people from the Texan community come in yet. If it's going to be Hex copycat, you better bring some adoption. Haven't seen it so far. I know they're talking about the Philippines. I would like them to see if Texan actually succeeds first.
That worked to perfection. 10 seconds. Good job. Big K, 10 seconds on Texan Go.
Oh, on the same one? You can't just
You
say
all
the
get a
same
shot.
thing.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what?
We
I
all
do.
get
I-
it.
Oh,
We all get it.
perfect. I will not be a buyer, but I will be a dumper. Thank you for the free coins.
Also, that I second that.
All right, that was only 5 seconds. Blue Bum, you have 15.
I love the ideals. I donated to the Texan cause because I believe in that. I donated fiat, didn't donate crypto. And I think its tokenomics are intriguing because what they've done is they're taking 3% and distributing it. And the other 97%, that gets distributed over.
0. Hey.
You got 10
Time's
seconds,
up.
Blue
It's
Bum.
the lightning round. It's the lightning round, Blue Bum. All right. All right. So
I'm not yet.
go ahead. Go ahead. Continue.
No, it's intriguing
done
because
that
they've
round.
got this massive pot that runs out after 50 years. And then once that 50 years is ended, there's no more staking rewards. So it's intriguing to me.
And this is the time we can review and actually dissect it. So
I'm not old. I'm old enough to not give a shit about what happens 50 years from now. So, you know,
I'm here
my
to
kids
get in
can
trouble
deal with that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think what is the 22 years you get like some sort of like 80% reward.
Yes, 87% or something, and
endowment.
Endowment. I like that.
Yeah.
It makes it feel more Texan, you know.
All right, I can go get my
Great
cowboy
word.
hat, son. All right. Next up. Can't wait for Blue Bum's take on this. Motley Investor, 10 seconds on Zen. Go.
Count Dracula, mass inflation. I minted some wallets. Don't know what the alternative plan is. Maybe we get an Alex Hedron icosa situation, but I'm not willing to invest on that. Free mint. We'll see what happens.
Excellently timed. Big K, Zen.
What a nifty experiment, man! You know,
Like
and let's do it like 10 times over, and like not any way different each time, just the same thing over. And also, who's down with higher fees? Kick ass! Yay!
Hex State's happy.
Go Ethereum. All right. Blue Bum, Zen. You're on the clock.
It's already been a smashing success just from the launch. The numbers are off the charts in terms of unique users that they're actually getting to use their thing. I wouldn't. I mean, the price is irrelevant, to be perfectly honest. I think there's a lot of really bad arguments on the Hexagon side as well, and I think it's an opportunity.
Too long yet again.
It's not very
lightning
good
round. All right, now time for the analysis. Blue Bum, go ahead.
Look, I think it's like when you go over to their Telegram, and I actually have run some polls in their Telegram chats to see where people are coming from, and they're equally coming from like HEX, Ethereum, Drip, Cardano, all over the crypto sphere. This is an opportunity for crypto people to actually come together, and hexagons could be over there providing education and information. And so I think it's short-sighted of hexagons to write it off.
I think there's some good arguments on the other side too, though, because Jack kind of goes with the first principles, saying, and like, as I understand it, it's supposed to be a tool to onboard no coiners in the space. But when you look at the steps to get a no coiner in from A to B into actual crypto, they're the exact same, right? So cool, they get in, maybe they learn about it, but as of now, like maybe it appreciates, maybe that death spiral goes down over time. We'll have to see. We don't know. But without that price appreciation, like, are you even going to retain those no coiners that you took an equal amount of steps to get them into the space in the first place without the mag gains? Are they going to stay? Are they going to be interested? Did you really serve a purpose? Because right now, all I see is just bots. Yes, there is a lot of traction because it's gained all the attention of centralized exchanges, all their bots, free mints, and a lot of other communities. So that's cool. Like Jack hasn't had to do any like marketing whatsoever. We're talking about it right now. But is there an end purpose? Is there an end goal? I'm curious to see what he pivots to next. But I think he uses this as some sort of marketing strategy for something else he has in his back pocket. But we'll see. It might not even be related to the crypto.
Yeah, I mean, there's tons of public tools out that are like for anybody to make a bajillion wallets. So like, I still don't understand how like it's like I haven't met one no coiner yet like that's been like, dude, Zen, you know, like I haven't. It's like I don't know where this like supply of people is coming from. I mean, it's
They're in
difficult
crypto
to,
already. It's the crypto
they're
guys
most
that
of
are
it-
right here.
Exactly. It's in
Yeah.
crypto already. And so then what you end up with is the exact same thing as always, like because the supply dwindles over time, that like the people that got in earliest have minted the most of these coins and will have the most, typically Sybil, you know, attack style wallets, tons of wallets. You can see that on the flow. And then like they are going to control the movement of it for a long time, you know. So like you're trying to get people into crypto and using it as like, first of all, I don't know if you've met people, but when you're like, hey, do you want to learn about something, they're like gone already.
But you got mad gains.
You know, if you're like,
and they're interested.
but if you're like, hey, do you want to make a bunch of fucking money, and they're still like, I don't know, you know, like it's not easy. It ain't easy to convince people. And if you're talking, they're like, hey, waste some money to make an education, like that you like maybe for something, like it just is a hard sell. I mean, like, and I'm somebody who's been selling HEX to a lot of no coiners for a long time. So like if you've taken some of my like sharpest daggers in my arsenal away from me with this project, and it doesn't have the same meat on the bone effect that the T-share rate does over time with HEX. It just doesn't. So like, I mean, like the idea that like it's dropped as much as it has from minting from then till now already, as if that's a good thing, as if so many of these mass wallets happening so much. We don't have, like, I'm telling you that like 10 million new people, like people around me, it's not like they're like people are taught, it's not on the news or anything. Like you look at Jack's tweets and this dude's getting 200 likes, you know, you're like, what? You know, so like, where are all these fucking new people, man? And who are they? Because like, it looks like a bunch of crypto people to me, and it looks like a bunch of bot wallets to me, and it looks like the supply, like already, like I've seen people excited about the fact that you're gonna make like 40% less today in minting than you would have on day one. Well, like the whole point of the big payday and the whole point of a year-long launch with HEX was that like you could make it so that we didn't have this insane problem of early people getting way more than later people. Like that was the problem. That was why we did these audits. That's why we did the models that we did for so long. I mean, like the idea that we're just going to bypass all of that and like and not understand that the fact that there is an overwhelming supply of this that is going to be in the hands of like, I mean, a few wallets forever, you know? So like I said, I mean, if it goes up, like, here's the thing though, is like, I also on the other take am willing to bet. I'm not willing to bet against stupid. So like, I
never disregard a degen, sir.
no, I will not bet against stupid. So like, is there ways? I mean, like, bro, we're about to talk about another token here in a minute that's where we're taking doggy coins and turning them into magic miners to make Bitcoin not Bitcoin.
Don't mess up his
You know,
life.
Stay on target.
Yeah. so like
this
I
segment.
get the abstraction of it all, you know, for sure. But like, I'm good. I'm good on that. Like I said, if it pumps, cool. But like, I just don't think we're going to mass adopt the world that way.
I'm with
I don't think.
Or go ahead. I was gonna say just real quick. I'm with Motley. I think there is or has to be something more at play here, like a stage one kind of thing, because otherwise, it's still.
Yeah, I'm sure that there is. I
Don't
agree with
invest
that.
on
I'm
that.
sure.
That's terrible.
Oh no, I'm absolutely not. Yeah.
We've figured that out with these other things, that like a lot of different projects, that there might be something else coming up, you know.
Part
So
two.
like part two, yeah. But then I mean, you're just having
wrecked.
expectations of work from others, and like ways that like, you know, that like before, early on in crypto, they'd at least give you a fucking roadmap. They'd at least be like, here's what we're planning on working on and shit. Now they're like, surprise, something new. You know,
Jack gives you very zen-like diverting and deflecting answers. So.
It's very zen to just like launch these projects like a day later.
I'm dead
Another.
serious.
It's just like,
I've had conversations with him in Telegram and asked him some of this stuff directly, and he's very, very deflected and won't give me an answer. Like he's like, well, you know, maybe, or like there's something, maybe something comes in the future. Like he never gives you
from your opinion, you see it that way, and you're like, yeah, all right, Yoda Master, I get it.
Yeah.
So like, and like I said, I don't disbelieve that there's people that are going to build stuff on top of it or whatever. You know, I'm sure that there's going to be further abstractions of it. I just don't know if this is going to, and like I'll have a falsifiable thesis along the way too. If in you know a couple of years from now we're you know there's some huge Zen events and there's everybody's knocking on doors telling their neighbors about fucking Zen and shit, you know, then like I'll be like I was totally wrong. But like
when hexologists become xenologists,
where's the other stuff like you know there's other features of how to help people get aboard, like you know, that work that like I just don't see any of the other good fundamentals in it. That's all. But like I mean I said I'm free to be wrong.
Get him, Bluey.
Okay, so first off, this whole price argument I think is horseshit.
But he does the same. But for just to pigeonhole that, he does do that where he's like price doesn't matter, but then just made a tweet yesterday showing the Ethereum burn rate and says bullish on, you know, like bullish that, you know, and you're like, well, which is it, bro?
He did have a banner on his Twitter too. He's like, the crypto you can't lose money on. Took that down very quickly before Hexicans got some screenshots. But then you see other stuff like that one guy, like who knows if he was a DJ or whatever, but he came in.
I'm willing to be like proved wrong. I'm
bought on a centralized exchange because he was stupid, didn't do any research, and just like, oh, by the way, this coin you can mint it for the gas cost for the next 8+ years. Instead, he put 40 grand in the top and just got wrecked. You know, so
I did see
doesn't seem like a good recipe for no coiners that don't know better in the space.
Before we get to Bloo Bum, we may have figured out where Tangent is. He could be minting
Zen.
That's what he's doing.
Bloo Bum, go for it.
Go.
Okay, so this whole price argument, it was released a week ago. A central exchange listed it as $1.60. Then it was on Uniswap for $1.40. How many people do you think actually bought at that price? Not many. There's
a guy that bought 90 ETH on Uniswap, one of the first buys, and just wrecked himself.
Okay, but there's not going
to.
Sure, but there's not going to be many people who are going to be buying on that. And of course, the price dumps dramatically over the first week because everyone can mint it for free and everyone's just going to dump it down. And the reason the centralized exchanges do that is because they saw it was so popular and they wanted the action of this. They saw the real numbers, the real unique users. They saw the web traffic. And the bots go directly to chain. So on their web user interface, they can get real statistics. And the statistics, I mean, I haven't got privy to.
Man,
I don't know whether Jack's lying. But hang on. That the numbers are off tap, like they're unbelievable. Like they really are. Like in a lot of ways, they put HEX to shame. If they can get that good of numbers, we should be getting at least like half or anything like that.
It's free, and you're tapping into the degens.
So a guy from Google that knows how Google Analytics.
Hang on. What I'm just
hold on. Hang on a second. Is he?
I just want to talk about the price
to use
argument.
Google Analytics to show that there is an insane amount, an almost unbelievable amount of web traffic that aren't bots. But could there possibly be bots out there? Just saying that might have the sole purpose of hitting the website and not just minting the coin, because there's an economic incentive to make it look as if the amount of users is much higher than it is.
Yeah.
I mean, it would be so strange of somebody who designed that stuff to think about using it in such a way.
Okay, but it doesn't matter. You don't have to. It doesn't actually affect you if they have lots of users or if they don't have lots of users. Like maybe those. I don't know about the veracity of those figures. Obviously, I don't have privy to his web statistics, right? But and Jack comes across to me as a genuine, authentic person. I know that a lot of you guys think he's a snake and he's lying and all of that kind of stuff. To be honest, I just don't see that. When I've seen his AMAs, when I've seen him interviewed and stuff like that, he comes across to me as a genuine and honest person. I think that, and I generally will take people at their face value until I see something else. Right. And so I think Zen is.
Go ahead. Sorry.
So that whole price argument that it dumped so much, that's just like ridiculous. Not
Why?
many
Why? Why is it ridiculous?
Because not many people.
So price doesn't matter? I don't understand.
No, because hardly anyone would have got it into that $1.60. It's not the real like if
disregard
hardly anyone-
No, but even from
disregard
like
the
where is it
$1.60
from
part.
a 1 cent or two a 1/10 of a
that's a
cent all
dramatic-
the way
that's
down
a dramatic
to where it's at. It's
percentage.
still a huge it's a huge dump from down there, you know.
Yeah, but
So
of
like I
course
mean,
it's gonna,
and
but
that's and then of course
that
it is.
happened.
I
It's not
agree. I
surprising.
agree.
And
I agree.
anyone who did buy it are probably people who were on centralized exchanges, saw the new coin listing, and then just went, new coin, I'm going to buy it, and didn't do
Sounds
their
like
research.
no coiners or newbies.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
I saw an
those people-
influencer. I
those
saw an
people need to learn.
influencer. Well, I saw an influencer
See, and
showing
this-
off that's very active in the HEX community, and then also active in some other coins that was showing off his 1 Ethereum purchase, and then within 2 days, 3 days, being like, "Oh, that was a very dumb idea." How many of his followers saw him do that and thought maybe
And they've
this is
learned.
the time to buy?
And they've
Yeah,
learned. And we've all fallen for scams here. Everyone has fallen for scams, whether it's in crypto or in other parts of their life. You have to go through that learning process. You hope that it's not it's so much of an expensive lesson that it really affects you, right?
That's
But the beautiful thing about Zen is that it.
But I disagree with that. Actually, I strongly disagree with that. I have several. I can like I was talking about it. Guys, some of the people are in chat here that like I've gotten into crypto through me and have never taken an L. They literally have never. They haven't even invested shit in their ever entire life. They don't even know anything about that, and they're sitting up still today because they bought the right thing and they didn't waste their time with all this other shit.
Absolutely, and as educate and as people who have
so not everybody has to. Like, yeah, so if you're educating
right.
people and you're sending them to the slaughter, then like you should like somebody should be like, hey, this dude said this thing and told people to buy this thing, or even insinuated that he was doing it. And
that person who recommended it now has bad reputation from all those people, and they won't listen to him in the future. And so it's
the point of Zen Crypto is to onboard no coiners. It's supposed to bring mass adoption around the world. And so far, all the teaching instructions have been dump boiling oil on yourself. Richard makes this analogy all the time. He's like, I don't have to go put the pot handle on the outside, scald myself with boiling oil to freaking learn a horrible mistake. And a crypto that's designed to mass adopt the world, bring in no coiners, seems to do nothing but just bring in the degens, gets the people that have the least experience the most wrecked because it's now centralized ownership by all these centralized exchanges. This is all the people that are promoting. These are the people that are getting wrecked because they see the promoted top coin, highest volume. They're like, oh, let me go buy this. No research put into it. They lose all their money. They have a bad taste in crypto. They want to leave. Like all these first principles and everything it's supposed to do, it seems to do the opposite and boiling oil on these new guys that don't know any better. It's like, well, it's a learning lesson for them. It's like you don't have to teach them
how can you say it's pouring boiling oil?
Because they're losing their money because people actually care about price and their money.
It's a gas
because people actually care about their money in crypto.
No one's recommending to buy this, right? This is
Bloo Bum.
When you pay the gas
fees, hold on, Bloo Bum, did you come in here to make money or no? Yes or no?
I came in here for freedom. I came in here because of Assange.
Me too. Freedom with my own financial sovereignty and to make money. That comes with freedom. That's what we're here for. That's what people stay. That's what people stay for. And like, so if you have people getting the absolute shit wrecked out of them, the exact opposite of teaching them and giving them a good experience in crypto, it doesn't seem like a good onboarding tool for the masses. It seems like a fun degen playground to get wrecked on.
The problem is that argument, you could give that to any other crypto, and we could give that to HEX from a year ago. People getting in to HEX a year ago have seen a terrible kind of price performance. It's yeah,
I mean, and people did that. I mean, I would like have done that 4 times over in crypto. And I mean, and then if you went back to the 1800s, it was like that every other year. I mean, like there's definitely a lot of volatility in this shit, and like where no one's not claiming that. And so like, but buying something that we know is going to go down for a considerable amount of time, or telling them to even use to be part of the system that overinflates the fees of gas to make the gas price higher to continue to mint this coin that that is overwhelmingly held. Because like, I mean, if I don't believe in it and I don't care about it, but just for the hell of it, I've got 70 wallets and you've got this dude with 100 wallets, and anybody that wants to, I could send you to 3 different programs, like websites you can go to and just like immediately make 200 wallets like very simply. So like, and do you think that people that get in with like, that are first time users are going to want to do any of that? No, they're going to make 1 or 2 wallets, and then they're going to get dumped on for the rest of their lives by the people who have made thousands of wallets. Because those people are way more apt at how game theory works. So like they'll never make any money, and then they'll be onboarded to crypto, and their experience will be terrible. And then whenever anybody else tells them, "Hey, you better have been onboarded to crypto," they'll be like, "Yeah, it fucking sucked. I lost whatever money I put in."
But this is all parade of imaginary horribles. You're just imagining how this is all going to play out over time, and it might not necessarily. It's only been going for a week.
Well, here's the crazy thing about it is that I brought up before is that like with HEX, we had so long to talk about it and to model it out. There was Monte Carlo models. There was like simulations built to like watch to see the system state under all the parameters for a long time. And like people are, but like we haven't.
But those models, those models that they use to run all of those kind of projections of what HEX would happen to HEX, none of those models end up actually happening in reality because they couldn't guess what the mass kind of
but they give you the variables, so it's like a hurricane cone, like here's the possible things that can happen, and we're going to end up somewhere in this. Let's test this out to see.
But it doesn't take much to do a mental kind of like game for that for Zen. It's kind of like either this happens or it just dumps forever. Like it's somewhere in between there, isn't it?
I mean, I guess, yeah, but it's just like I just feel like there could have been more thought that went into it to prevent it. If you're really truly trying to onboard the world, you wouldn't rush into something with a 6-week-old contract. You'd probably try and game this out a little bit longer, and maybe put some more thought into I understand that you can't capture get around bots, but there is definitely ways to mitigate that existence that through a better system than what was designed. I mean, I'm just like, that's just from an engineering standpoint. I can't believe that like this was the best that could be come up with, and I guess I can in such a short period of time. Because in such a short period of time, this is the best they could come up with. I get it, but I think that it could have been done better. And then and we'll see. I guess, and like I said, I'm more than willing to be proven wrong.
Yeah, it'll live or die in the marketplace, just like everything else. And and with all of these things, when there's no admin keys, it doesn't matter what we think at all, because it's there, and people are either going to use it or they're not going to use it.
Yeah, 100%. It's interesting. Like as of now, all the net buyers, right, are like these bots or these mass mentors. Like they're arbitraging via the gas price every day. It's going to be interesting to see as it goes on, because just as you go further out, like you mint more tokens as more people come in beyond you. So like as time goes on, maybe there's some disparity there. But like once there's no actual like money to be had from these bots to arbitrage between the gas price, who's going to be the net buyer, right? Does it just sit there, and then is it just dead forever? Like how does it get picked up again? Just Jack come in.
But in that way, it's similar to Bitcoin, because why does anyone buy Bitcoin? It's the same thing. It's right. And that's why
it's always a narrative. It's always a narrative.
Yeah. For sure. But that's the thing, is that like we all like, I thought that was the secret here, man. Is that like I thought that we all were pretty aware that like it's a lot of this is narrative driven. So when we yap about a million other fucking stupid ideas all day long, then like we're watering down our own strong narrative that we've spent 3 fucking years building. I mean, that's what's so wildly bonkers to me, to watch everybody do this shit. It's like, yo guys, we get it. We're like this is like a marketing team here, y'all. We're not like a fucking crypto team. Are you coding every day? Is any of you guys coding every day? No? Okay, then we're not a bunch of crypto fucking dudes here. We're a bunch of marketers. So like, okay, what are we doing? Why are we doing this to ourselves? That's how I feel about it.
Yeah, I mean, I prefer to think of us as educators rather than marketers. Like I never try to...
Like I'm smoking bongs and drinking wine on the internet. So like the idea that I am an educator is ridiculous. Like that's not the case. So like if anybody here believes that I'm
we are entertaining and educational.
I'm an entertainer. Yeah, exactly. And mildly educational. I mean, I'm mostly like, here's the resources to learn the things, like please don't believe me. To me,
crypto has always been a revolution of education. Once people understand it, and once they can use it and know how to use it, then it's a no-brainer.
Nope. Nope. You know, like, yeah, the credit cards were amazing. Nobody knows how that shit works. Your computer is fucking amazing. Nobody knows how that shit works. You do because you're smart and spend the time and are intelligent. But like most people don't. You have to appeal to the masses and like trying to be like, hey, let me explain to you why you need to know this. You already lost them. Gone. So like that's not how it works. Every smart person that I know that always is like, as soon as they start to understand decentralization, I'm just like, you guys, okay. You tell me more. Tell me. Let me go hit this bong again. Let me go. This will sound better in a second.
Really drive home the point of not taking me seriously.
Yeah.
You want to know how not serious I am?
Yeah. Or how not serious what I'm being told is. You know, like shit. You know. So I'm just being honest.
I just find it very hard to be a salesperson. Because what happens, like there
I
were
did
people
too.
like
I do too. I totally do too. And that's why I was in crypto for a long time and didn't tell anybody to buy any of this shit because 98% of it is fucking garbage and goes down all the way. I waited, like I was in since 2016. And you ask anybody I know, did they ever like, hey, did you buy this shit? And I was like, I don't fucking know yet. And like I didn't know until I found HEX. That was the first time that I came public like this.
And we're all the same. We're all the same. HEX caused me to become public about all of this crypto stuff, as everybody on this stream and probably everyone watching as well, or who are the streamers.
So like I'm just like not going to be shooting from the hip about things that other people are willing to be shooting from the hip with other people's money in large fashions, you know, with 6-week, 8-week-old like what? Like it's just all of it sounds wrong, and it's not like even that project. It's like there's a bajillion of them that I'm just like, you know, I'll tell like you see my stance, and it's very fun and lighthearted, but it's like, yo, you're gonna give me free coins, sick. You know, but like, am I going to buy this stuff? Probably not. So like, that's just how
Best
I
am.
Yeah. I'm willing to listen all day long. And I love hearing things come, you know, like I love talking about the game theory stuff, but like at the end of the day, I'm not going to promote or tell anybody like, hey, go play it, go do this. And like, I'm very, like, I have a group of people that I'm like, this is a thing, but I don't recommend it, you know? And even at that, I'm like, I don't, you know, unless you're getting free shit, I'm not telling them about it.
I think there are different situations for different people, and you have to adjust to who you are onboarding. And I think for certain people, especially
they're really
kids,
intelligent,
this is a fantastic kind of like thing to get them using it for very little risk and cost.
But there's like, but besides hitting a couple buttons to like maybe mint it and waste your money right now, then you just sit there and look at it.
It's
and
all
like,
opportunity cost.
And like the APY system
it's not an either or thing, you know.
Is the most goofy thing in the world too. It's just like, tell me that makes sense. Like, why would you ever even bother with that? Like, in what point in time? Like many years in the future, but then it's nothing. So like, it's okay. I'm like I said, I think that I wish them all the best of luck. I wish myself, all of my wallets the best of luck too. I got, you know, but like I feel like that was a bunch of.
To me, Richard opened up the Pandora's box when he put down like the no admin key contract that can't be changed, completely immutable, has game theory inside of it. And then that opened up
to be fair, Uniswap was out before that, and that was a immutable contract that
but they didn't have a token which had game theory where you could stake it for 15 years or have different kind of tokenomics to it, right? True. And was all like never going to ever change, right? And so then other people started realizing the power of that, and they started coming up with other games that changed that, and we had Hedron, and we had, Maxi, we had all of this other stuff. And I see Zen as just another game. It's like you go to a shop and they have a whole lot of games there, and this is just another one of those. And it's a much simpler game to understand.
But I mean, like, I get that, like, sure, there are games out there, but like, you can just go download a bunch of free ones. Like, like, cost you literally nothing but your time. And like, I mean, I just don't know how this particular game is like beneficial any more than one that I can be like, here's one that might actually make you money later. Like, I mean, this one may, but like,
it's done something.
Not,
we have to admit,
fun.
Lightning round. Is there anything left?
We have to admit they've done something right. We have to admit they've done something right. And if we're smart about it, we'd look at what they've done and we'd learn from it. Like
I
they have
I agree
got
with that. Like I
mass-
said, I started this whole when we my first thing I said was was a fun experiment.
Degens love free shit. We're dropping the entire system state of their coins on PulseChain. There you go.
Yeah,
There you
that's
go.
going to be way more fun whole process.
Next one, lightning round.
Yeah,
Anything left?
I'm ready for the
Jesus
next
Christ.
one. I'm ready for the next one.
But I like our audience interaction. So
I bet you do.
I saved a few comments here.
Okay.
God, so
Total.
right back into the weeds we go.
I can call yeah, this little storm cloud turned into a hurricane. I can call it crap, but still mint it. Fair enough. Hex Live. What coin does Bluey dislike? I love the blue.
Are you kidding?
Ouch. That hurt.
Blaine 1, you need to bring up the fact that ETH validators meant for free, please. Infinite sell pressure forever.
That's not true
No, that's-
either. It's going to cost them a certain amount of gwei, and they had the
It'll be
opportunity
less than your
cost.
average user. But, yeah.
But hang on, they
Yes,
have the
well,
opportunity cost. If they're getting all of these transactions at 30, 40 gwei, and they're not
But the blocks
using
aren't full
those-
now. The blocks aren't full now, so they can use that extra space.
Oh,
They
really?
still,
Like,
it'll
Ethereum
still,
blocks aren't
it'll still
full?
cost them.
Ethereum
Well,
blocks
with Zen they are. Zen is remedy that real quickly. Now we're deflationary. Thank you, Zen. My stakes are great.
Yay, Zen.
I mean,
Next.
they did solve the problem of cheap. It was all like we had cheap fees in the bear market, so you could get things done.
Fuck that. Jack said, "Hold my beer."
Briz, Motley, remind everyone the only reason why the price of Hex went down was because of the arbitrage attacked by Nightly. That guy nuked his 150 million Hex stake on YouTube. It was glorious.
Great video.
Thank you for that. Can Bluey and Big K create a bridge now? Let's see,
Yeah,
boys.
yeah.
Can we do-
There we go. Let's build a bridge, bro.
Elbow.
I am not going
There
to cross that bridge.
That's the happy hour bridge. Is the fist
Like I
bump.
said, I'm a huge fan of talking about coins and about game theory and about, like I said, mostly free shit. You know, I love that stuff. So, I mean,
There you go.
it's this
Hex
one's a
Bear.
really conflicting one. That's all.
Oh, as we can tell. Hex Bear price appreciation is the only thing that gets people interested in crypto. Mostly, I would say the majority.
95%.
I mean,
give or take.
I mean, who's buying stocks because they like, again, it's the Richard shit where it's like because they're like, oh, I like, you know, this way soda tastes. Nobody does. They want to make fucking money, man. That's what it's all about.
Hexy Quinn wants to kick it with Big K.
Yeah,
You
let's
seem
do
like
it.
a fun time, sir. He is a fun time because I've kicked it with Big K on multiple occasions.
Yeah.
Fun time. Perhaps
We do-
there's
we
a
do have
Hexy
fun.
award, but we can get to that towards the end of the show. KSB.TV. But again, we'll get to that towards the end of the show. What else we have? Oh, we have this lightning round. Like I said, our little storm cloud with
Ooh.
lightning turned into a hurricane. there.
More,
Let's get that.
more trouble to get into.
Well,
Yeah.
I would think these are like less polarizing now, but and more
Famous
fun.
last words.
But we'll see. Motley Investor, lightning round. P Zen.
Oh, poor Conrad. Your Safe Moon copies. Glory was stolen by Jack. Sorry. The end.
I really
Big cat.
enjoy Buck's trolling of Conrad
Yes,
on this
yeah,
one.
they're
It
great.
brings joy to my heart. So yes, sir, keep on
Keep it up.
what you're doing.
And Bloo Bum.
never looked into it too much. When they came out and like it wasn't working on V2 or no V3, but it was on V2 or some crap like that, I was like, oh, don't know much about it.
And that is how you do the lightning round. Next up,
No more? That's it?
PP.
Oh.
I would like your comments on PP, Motley.
I like the memes. I like Hexy Bastard. Hopefully they can onboard people outside of our community. That's what I like to see the focus on.
I like those things a lot. I'm also a fan of, say it again with me, free tokens.
Free coins.
Everybody get some free tokens. So yeah, I like the comedy. It's good, and free stuff is cool.
Bloo Bum.
Yeah, love the artwork, love the team. Very curious as to how they're going to go and outreach beyond into the crypto wilds. I'm looking forward to that.
Nice. Any extra analysis round, or are we good on that one?
No, I mean, like I said,
Pretty
like,
straightforward.
they have the basics covered. You know, they're going to give free tokens to those people. Now you just got to let those people
Get the
know.
message
And,
out.
yeah.
If
Those
that's what we're
people,
doing
then
with
those
them,
people love free tokens too.
Yeah.
I mean, we're
As we can
there's
tell.
not much that we have in common, but that me and
spread
the
your
When Moon
seed as far
crowd.
as you can. There you go. Next up, Pulse Doge, Motley Investor.
The
The original.
the original. See, it's confusing because there's
Pulse
two
Doge
Pulse
on
Doge.
BSC.
Honestly, never looked too much into it. Their little dog versions of Richard are hilarious. So good job on the memes, and yeah,
Good job, memes.
That's all I looked into it. Good memes.
Big K.
I like their memes. Their performance didn't look bad. I don't really BSC very much, so it was off my radar. Hopefully more like they do what they say they'll do and give people coins on other network because it's on BSC, they have to like manually do that, I think. So hopefully they do that, and then everybody loves free coins.
Bloo Bum.
Never looked into it too much. Wasn't very intrigued by it. I've heard they're great people though, but I don't know much about it.
I'm a fan of this dog coin and the next dog coin, just FYI. Hex Hodl, I think you're incorrect, sir. Randy, well, he did sell his, but he also bought it back. So if you watched his live stream last night, he sold everything for Shemitah and pretty much literally bought the low, perhaps with someone else on this panel earlier this week. So just saying. And last but certainly not least, Motley Investor, PLSD slash ASIC slash PLSB. Go!
All right. We'll take Big K's line. I like the free coins. Thank you, guys. As far as everyone else, I hope the Hex Sharks find liquidity in their I can't even talk. Their PLSD to now their ASIC coin that now I think mints Pulse Bitcoin, that maybe stake mints Pulse Litecoin. I don't know. Hopefully you find the liquidity you're looking for.
Well done, Motley. You're made for this lightning round. You get like 10 seconds on the dot there.
I've thought about a lot of these.
Good job. I can tell. Big K.
Can't wait for the comments later.
I'd like to just quote a tweet by Accept Cookies. A good friend.
And because it's a
10
quote, I'll
10
allow
seconds,
you.
sir.
I'll allow you some extra seconds. Go ahead.
Everybody wants to act like they a degen until it comes time to do unsanctioned alchemy with dog coins to make imaginary ASIC miners to earn magic, not bitcoins like an adult. Some of us are really about that life. You heard? So, am I about that life? Not really. You know.
Your time expired on that one. Just got the quote. Bloo Bum.
Thanks for the free money. Thanks for the Hedron hate. I think it's actually quite interesting what they're doing. I'm not going to be going anywhere near it, but I'll be watching from the sidelines.
I like it. I'm a fan. I like my free stuff. I had multiple wallets. I got a bunch of free stuff, and I still have all that free stuff. And I may have added a little more. And I played around with the ASIC and the PLSB. Curious, like Bloo Bum. Very curious. But again, don't sack your hex for it, or use your.
How dare you tell people what to do with their money, sir?
All right, not financial advice, but I would never.
But I agree.
I would dislike the idea of potentially splitting up with your Hedron and your hex, and it's just. But
if you want to know, like there's like three ways to look at it. All right, if you degen style here, hey degens. Here's how you look at it. Three ways. There's either you've got the free shit, right? You can either just hang on to the free shit because like these boys initially when they started saying things about how cool PLSD was, we're like PLSD to $100. So like, how are they going to make that work? By all this other goofy shit happening. So if they want to, if you're like just hold on to the thing, maybe the thing goes up, right? The other way to go about it is to like get into the game. Now you're playing in the game. You got this coin and that coin and this other fucking coin and 30% and over here and you got to, there's this.
Pay attention.
Hey, yeah. They're playing some games, so if you want to play in the card carnival, then go play in the go carnival it up. But like the other, and of course your third way is to just be like, get the fuck out of here with whatever money you said. I'd said almost all, it's almost peaking at all-time high. Take what you got and run. Those are your three options, D10s. Choose wise. Choose yours wisely here. Well, I don't know. I can't help you there. I actually have to go, guys. I just got a call from a message from a thing, so I'm gonna be out of here. Is there any more lightning round? Do we have any more coins?
That was it, man.
That was probably
it. Perfect. Well, fantastic. This has been lots of fun, but I have a date with Destiny, so I gotta let y'all go.
Sounds awesome. Enjoy. Thank you for joining us, BK.
Of course. Thank you guys for having a lively debate. Thank you, Bloo Bum. That was lots of fun, man.
Yep, absolutely.
Later.
Adios.
Boom. And then there were 3. All right. So what else do we have? Go ahead.
The only thing about just to mention the white paper of the PLSD. Oh, sorry, of the Pulse Bitcoin or whatever. Bloody long. You could have edited that. There was a lot of stuff there that is just generalized to lots of cryptos, a lot of fluff. Yeah, you didn't need. Also, after I read it, and then I started. I think I was on some other. I think I was on Jim Rat Crypto Show, and I saw someone talking about it. And all of a sudden, they're talking about now. There's another thing you're going to be able to mine with the Pulse Bitcoin is Pulse Litecoin.
Yes.
And there's something that really just, I don't know, how many times can you keep doing that?
Right. That's my question.
There's always a place it ends. And this is
like, how does the loop close?
This is why Richard doesn't give a shit about the incentive token, even though we try to give him to put more thought process and like gamification into it. Because at the end of the day, something is going to dump. And like, that's especially when you start a new chain and you're doing LP farming and all this stuff, the incentive token, like it's what it's designed for. Like it will dump. And like, that's why he's probably the least interested in that token. So in my eyes, PLSD is doing its own little ecosystem thing. And it just goes down the chain. It's like, hey, don't sell your Pulse Bitcoin because it could also mint you this new coin, which I think is going to be Pulse Litecoin. And then eventually down the road, something's going to dump like hell. And then it works its way back up the chain. So you gotta, there's always some point where, okay, the narrative's in and something's getting dumped hard. And it's usually whatever's at the end of the line or the incentive token, you name it.
Yeah.
I
wonder whether like that's why also Alex put in that you could give HSIs to the icosa contract, turn that into
takes a lot of sell pressure off, I think.
And that kind of closes the loop.
Yeah. I think I think he's the closest by far to like actually completing a positive feedback loop. And again, we'll still have to see it tested. I'll be watching the auctions closely to see how much interest and volume and participation that goes into that. And then as icosa comes out over time and we see more and more inflation, it's going to be curious to see how that holds its peg. Right now it's doing great, but obviously a lot of us are majority staked. So it's going to be very interesting as time goes on. But I think Alex has probably done the best job at closing that positive feedback loop that most people strive to do. So it'll be interesting.
Frank, thank you, Richard Hart. Just stick
probably
with the top
best
3.
Advice.
Hey, I'm all about it. Speaking of top 3, excellent segue. So let's look at this little thing here. Where are we at? So which way do we think this chart resolves? And we've talked about this, I guess, weekly or bi-weekly, but still fun to think about. So this pattern that we are currently in right now, this descending triangle, which I was certainly bearish last time in 2018, as we can see there, resolved actually higher in 2015. So Motley Investor, do we go down or up?
I'm terrible at TA. I'm just going
and this does affect HEX in the crypto markets. This is obviously BTC, but this is why we're talking about it. Preface
it with I'm terrible at TA, but the macro environment still looks absolutely terrible. Europe's in chaos. US isn't looking much better. I find it very hard that risk on asset like crypto continues to pump in this current state of affairs. So if I had to hedge my bets, I would say we go down from here.
Bloo Bum, any take on the overall crypto market?
I mean, if you're comparing historically Bitcoin prices and what's happened, like in 2015, Bitcoin had other altcoins that were competition, but nothing like what we have now. Bitcoin's got massive competition, and it's very hard for it to compete because it can't really do anything. I mean, I think Bitcoin is just basically the halvenings of when it's going to pump. And that's what seems to have happened every time. And so, as a vague kind of thing, just
We have another year and a half for that at least, right? So
Yeah, it usually starts pumping a little bit beforehand, but yeah.
and there you go. I think we pretty much went through most of our main topics. I did see, where's this Randy Halarski tweet? I had a bunch of tweets from Tangent and Randy I wanted to bring up because I thought they'd be here, but oh well. But this is, I think it is an important reminder. I'd just like to get your guys' thoughts on this because I think it's pretty key for, our preserving our bags or at least keeping what is rightfully, ours. So this is in reference to Hedron. Going forward, if you never want to forget minting your Hedron, like your boy Randy, then I recommend using the icosa app to end all of your HEX stakes. So that's one idea to do that. Do you guys have any ways that you remind yourselves to mint your Hedron? Any tips for the community?
Yeah, a couple things on this. Tap did something really hilarious. I saw he posted on Twitter. He literally wrote it down on a piece of paper. Don't forget to mint your Hedron, and then taped it onto his crypto laptop. It's
or his hardware.
Yeah, it's
That's
literally
awesome.
physically like taped to his laptop when he's typing, so he sees it. So it's like, don't forget to mint your Hedron. So I thought that was funny.
That's
and then I did want to also put a disclaimer because I've noticed this recently. So I've been essentially, sorry guys, but I've been extracting value from ETHW and ETH Fair. I really do like.
There's value in ETH Fair?
Well, I won't even get into it.
Okay.
But what was I going to say? Oh, yeah. Alex's front end is great because it does let you transfers through multiple chains, these forks not. Be careful, though. Make sure you're not on your main wallet on like ETH main and actually get ripped. Not saying that I did, but I could see where someone could like make that mistake if they're not paying attention. But yeah, no, I really do like Alex's front end. And again, I think that shows you what dude's very talented.
I think we have not even seen anything yet about what is going to happen to that website. I think his future is going to be very interesting to see how he develops that.
icosa?
The icosa app.
Yep.
I think it's going to be the place to go to for stats and to do all of your things in the HEX ecosystem.
So if you had if Bloo Bum had a small wish list, what would you like to see?
Oh, stats up the wazoo. At the moment, we're really kind of like, we need a kind of Hedron.vision. And
okay, gotcha.
And
Hex.vision for those newer to the ecosystem. Yeah.
Just somewhere where you can really go in and people to start diving into the stats because like how many Hedron are still to mint? How many people are holding on to 10x bonuses at the moment? How many has already come out?
Tracking the HSIs up for auction.
There's so much, you know what I mean? Yeah, all the auctions, how they've done.
That's huge, I think. I think he needs to focus on that because, I mean, that kind of drives the whole ecosystem is this auction base. So I think being able to actually view what's up for auction and making that more streamlined, I think that's probably priority.
No doubt. That's what he's working on right now. Yeah, he's getting that ready for, it's less than a month now, isn't it?
When you do, can you stake HEX natively on the front end? Okay. Does it give you does it actually give you a calendar or no? I haven't messed around with it.
A calendar?
Do you recall? Yeah, like on go.hex.com where it actually gives you the calendar and date when you select it.
From memory, you just put in the days.
Put in the days, yeah. So that would be a nice feature, but that'd probably come later.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty bare bones now. I mean,
but he's adding a lot. So like, shout out to him for even giving us a front end to access stuff like our stakes on ETH Fair and ETHW.
And there we have that. What else is on the list? Oh, just a reminder. Let's get this out of the way really quick. We have Fumble Fridays. So this disaster still being managed by Paul Sachs and Randy Halarski. They have now
this year.
these guys have now lost as many as they have won. They have lost 2 weeks in a row. We still do not have a champion for this year. So someone please pick a winner in week 7. That would be just very cool. We could, commemorate your championship on this show. And the second chance, we have myself, Freddie Quotes, Staked Wealth, and Be Kind left in the second chance poll. So get your picks in before Sunday, and that housekeeping note is over. Next up, we have a little something called KSB TV. So if you go to this awesome site, and I hope to get the guys on here in the next couple of weeks, if not next week, there's Abit and Patrick. So whenever we get a Pulse launch, here's kind of what the tour is going to look like. So that's cool. In 2023, if Pulse launches in 2023, or could be 2024, let's hope not. But yeah, they list them all out, and it looks like they're doing something cool with NFTs. So collect 4 regional NFTs here, and then you get a limited edition Jet Setter NFT. So that's cool. But the reason I wanted to come here, if you scroll all the way down, you get to this fun little thing. It's the 2023 HEXy Award nominations.
Terrible name.
The Hexies? I love it.
If you know our history, it's a terrible name.
Oh, that. But yeah, let's just take the name over and
okay.
like,
sure.
Yeah, and everybody will forget
how
about
quickly we forget. Yeah.
I
So
didn't that didn't trigger
this.
remember. Yeah.
You can go to this little thing, and it has like all sorts of categories, so it's really cool. So the most consistent Hex content, you can nominate guys like Hexo.
Yeah, that's pretty
Most
easy.
entertaining, just
Cabana.
what else we have? Just tons of categories. Just wanted to highlight a couple of them. Favorite Hexkin newcomer, best Hex onboarder. I mean, Big K gave a pretty good pitch earlier, but Motley's always been a great onboarder, so you never know. Hex Alpha, we got 4 attendees. Life of the party. I mean, I'm just naming just a few of them. The Kool-Aid Man, it could be nominated. There's tons of Hex people that love to party. Hex TikTok, Hexkin female.
Females, all right.
Oh, sorry. No, I ran out of room. So yeah, I couldn't.
Sorry for ladies that didn't make the cut.
You just got to keep scrolling. So anyway,
get yourself a triple commit.
Artist of the year, Frederick Quotes. And we have DJ Cryptomatic. We have Core the Investor putting out new tracks. I think Scotty did or has an upcoming. I don't think the Black Crypto. Streamer of the year, male and female. So a bunch of good stuff. And those nominations are due by November 5th. So go to the ksb.tv site, check it out, and nominate your favorite Hexicans. And the awards, as far as I know, will be presented, I guess, an award show of some type on the Hex Cruise. So just throwing it out there. If I or this show wins an award, there will be a lot of drinks thrown around at the post-award celebration. Come find your boy. All right. There you go. That's that. Last but not least, we like to talk a little sports, have a little fun on this wonderful little happy hour time that we have. Let's talk this monster of a UFC card tomorrow. We'll start from the bottom up. We have, and this is 2:00 Eastern because it's in Abu Dhabi. So don't be like hanging out till like 10:00 Eastern. Waiting
happy
for
hour
the fight.
time.
Yeah, it'll be all over.
Yeah.
Happy hour time.
Yeah, perfect. Like round 2.
2 Eastern. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Saturday happy hour, but yeah, it'd be 5 Eastern. Anyway.
Start early.
Petr Yan versus Sugar O'Malley. Bloo Bum or Motley. We'll start with you and go down to Bloo Bum. Who you got?
So I actually, this is my upset for the card. I like Sean for this.
Really?
I think his striking is good enough to get it done. He's got the range and stamina to keep Peter Yan at bay. So okay. I think his striking and ability to manage his range, I think that plays into his favor, and he's actually my upset for this card. I think he can get almost 3-1. So I think Sean is my pick on that one.
Yeah, he's got to keep him at bay, though. I mean,
yep.
I know
Sean's
got
to keep him
a
long. He's got
reach, but if Yan gets a hold of him, man,
dude, he's got a nasty jab. He's got amazing kicks, leg kicks, head kicks. The guy knows his range. I'd say he's very similar to Adesanya when it comes to knowing his range and his striking capabilities, and that's what you need to keep someone like Peter Yan off of you. So if he can control the pace of the fight, I think Sean can take the W on this one.
Interesting. Blue Bum.
Yeah, I love the Sugar Show, and I'd love to see him win. But I think my head is going to have to go Peter Yan on that one, especially since he lost and the way he lost last time to Aljo as well. I think he's going to be like super,
just come
motivated. Let's say, and but I love the Sugar Show, and I hope I'd love to see him upset. Yeah,
I love watching him. I mean, he's so long. I mean, that's. I mean, if he uses that to his advantage, I mean, he does, like Motley said, have a really good shot in this. But it's just like, okay, well, at some point, like Jan's gonna come in and he has to get him off his feet. You know,
I don't think so though, because Jan is like more of a defensive wrestler. Like normally when he boxes people, and people try to go down. He's a good defensive wrestler, but he wants to box. So I can see him trying to get in inside.
That's the thing is he likes to box. He's got a much shorter reach, and like he could really just get picked apart.
Right, that's what I'm saying. The reach is not there for him.
He is Sean is one of the best counter punchers.
Peter Yan's a slow starter. Like if he does, like if he doesn't do if Sean gets him in the first round, then it gets really interesting.
Next, we got Aljamain Sterling versus TJ Dillashaw. Motley, what's your take on this one?
Dillashaw has he? I haven't looked in. He's had how many fights has he had since he's been back from suspension?
He's only had like one.
I thought it was one.
Yeah, I think it's
against
one.
Corey Sandhagen.
Yeah, so to me, he's still a little bit of an unknown. And if Sterling performed like he did against Jan recently, I think Sterling's just been in the game more active, sharper. I think Sterling gets it done just because Dillashaw's still a little bit too much of an unknown for me. I mean, you can never count him out, but if Sterling performs like he did with Jan on their last fight, I think he takes out Dillashaw.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Aljamain Sterling on this one as well. I think he's a smarter fighter than Dillashaw, and he's just had a lot more fights in the last 4 years, whereas Dillashaw's been out of it.
Got some Dillashaw fans in the chat. Lights out. All right, who's lights out got? All right, well, he's got Islam, and we're going to talk about here in a second.
What about
he's
you?
Got Dillashaw and O'Malley. All right.
Who are your two picks thus far? I don't know if we asked you yours.
I got
Jan
and Sterling. Yeah,
okay.
I'm pretty much going with the
favorites.
I feel good about the Jan just because I think he can get to like, as long as it's not a boxing match. Like if it's a boxing match, he's gonna get picked apart.
Jan likes a boxing match. That's the problem.
But he can't do that with that reach, man. I mean, he's like,
and the problem if he's got to come in, he's gonna get picked apart too. So like, I don't know. The attributes favor Sean personally, and I think the like almost 3-1 odds. Like I think to me that's a no-brainer pick for Sean. But yeah.
Someone's wondering if Wales Only is here. We got the siren going on. Yeehaw.
Not me.
Oh, that's me.
Not I.
LOL. All right, and the main event:
Oof.
Islam versus Charles Oliveira.
Dude.
Yeah. Yes.
Call.
Yes.
So hard. I had a Hexagon reach out to me wanting to bet on this fight. We're betting full set. And man, it was tough. I didn't even want to bet this fight because it's so close. It's so interesting. Like the way their skill sets line up, it's very interesting. So Oliveira has matured greatly over his past like 3 to 4 fights as like a champion. Like he used to have times where he would quit, he would break under pressure, but the guy's like a whole nother animal now. Like he'll go to war. He arguably has the best MMA jiu-jitsu I've seen ever. So that's massive, especially since Islam game is obviously wrestling based, just like Khabib. And so that's huge because if you're going to have one of the most dangerous guys and you're going to take him down, like he can always submit you. I don't care who you are. He has the best submissions in MMA right now. So that's good. He's become more of a warrior than his younger days. And it's just, and his striking is gotten actually very, very good too. Like the guy is just a very quick learner. His skills are very well-rounded now. He's got good heart. Now, Islam, it's tough because if you guys don't know, this is Khabib's protege. His dad trained him. Khabib has trained him. Dude's the same kind of style, just relentless wrestler, smothers you, breaks you. And that's what Oliveira has shown weakness to in the past. But again, I think he's kind of overcome that. And I think that's going to be Islam's strategy. He has to be very careful if he gets Oliveira down and he's too fresh, because Oliveira, if he's got his wits about him, they're still dry, like very dangerous when it comes to submissions. But I think striking, Oliveira has it. I think on the ground, he's always going to be threatening regardless of Islam's control. It's just going to be, can Islam, I think as you get into the later rounds, if Islam can drag it out into a war to 4 or 5, he probably starts to favor him. But Oliveira is just so dangerous, especially early on. I gave a slight edge to Oliveira, but man, this one can go either way.
So it was
really curious to see how it plays out.
Was that the bet you were contacted about? You did take Oliveira?
I took Oliveira, but man, it was tough. It was really tough. And Islam is hungry, man. Like for legacy and champion, like this is what he's been groomed and raised for. And Oliveira is just as hungry. It's going to be good. That's my favorite fight on this card.
I want Charles to win. I just think Islam's going to do it. Blue Bum, you got.
Yeah, I'm kind of similar. I want Charles to win. He's so exciting. His last 3 matches have just been unbelievable.
He's evolved, man.
Yeah. And with Islam, it's like with, you know what you're going to get. You know what he's going to try. You know what he's going to probably, try to do. And he's a little bit, I wouldn't say boring, but it's just a bit predictable. Whereas Oliveira's, who knows what he's going to pull out. If Oliveira wants to bring him down and be on the bottom and try to fight Makhachev from there, then he's probably going to lose a decision. We know what Makhachev's tactics are. I'm really intrigued about what Oliveira's tactics will be. Like, is he going to just keep it stand up and defend any try to take downs, or is he just going to go down? Like, because he doesn't mind going down, even if he's on the bottom. Hey, he's just bring it.
That's why I feel like he almost lets Islam dictate where the fight goes, because I think I think Oliveira is just so well rounded. I think he has an advantage in both. Like, I don't think he's that level jiu-jitsu. Like, you really never feel pressured or in danger on the ground. So I don't feel like he feels threatened there. And I think his striking is better than Islam's as well. And like to what Blue Bum was saying, that was like, it's weird, right? Because it is kind of boring because you know what Islam's strategy is going to be. But that's what made Khabib so great too, was because like everyone knew what the dude was going to do. He's going to
stop him.
Once he got to you,
he's going to press you. He's going to get you up against that fence. He's going to take you down, and then he's just going to smother you, and he's just going to break you. He's going to smash your face, and you're going to have a very terrible night until you tap out or you get DQ'd. It's going to be a bad night for you. So, but what I think last factor and why I gave the slight edge to Oliveira was because also I looked through who Islam has fought. Yes, he's fought some good guys, but I think he's also hasn't quite fought the upper echelon of that weight class. Like there's like that top 3 to 4 guys that are always in contention for the belt. He hasn't fought any of those guys. So like Oliveira, like this is Islam's, in my opinion, his like first real like that upper echelon test, and it's against the champion. So I gave Oliveira the edge on this one.
It must be hard for him though, because no one wants to fight him because of his reputation. Hey, so that he hasn't been. Has he had any even top 10 fights? Not because he's not good enough. It's because no one wants to fight him. Hey,
he might have a couple, but that's the trouble with like these newcomers, especially when they're coming up, because they don't have much of a name to them, but like the actual fighters know how like good they are. So they're like, why would I risk my number 3, number 4 position to no name but I know he's good. I know I have a chance to lose. So yeah, like you said, a lot of people choose not to fight those guys, and that's what what's that one other. I don't know, a Russian guy or Dagestan, what's his name? Chimaev. That's the issue that he runs into. Now he's got a name to go with it, but like everyone was horrified of that dude coming up. Like he was a bad dude, and no one wants to fight him when he's an up and comer because you have nothing to benefit from. It's just like, okay, I got to go fight this animal that has no name or fame to him yet, but now he's got fame, so you're gonna have to fight him eventually. Same thing with Islam. He's probably run into that to some degree.
Crypto Cashew wants to know a very analytical question. Which one of these guys has the nicest booty? It's how she picks her winners. So I can't help you with that, but do watch the fight tomorrow and get back with us next week because I do see
they had the weigh-ins already, so you can go. You
There
can
you
go
go.
view them on display during the weigh-ins.
Dehydrated bodies.
You can go look at their asses on the weigh-ins.
Not sure that you want to check that out at that point in time. Let's see. Nate Stakes, Oliveira for the upset, although I see Makhachev dominating like Habib. I mean, if he dominates, then to be tough unless Oliveira got a strike in and took him out. But
that is another thing, is Oliveira is actually the underdog. Interesting. Yeah.
What's going to be really nice is just
I definitely take Oliveira then for sure.
I mean, what's going to be nice is just seeing someone give Islam Makhachev real problems. You know?
Yeah, Oliveira can do it for sure.
Yeah.
He is
and
dangerous.
I can't wait to see Volkanovski take on whoever wins. That's going to be awesome.
Yeah, that's going to be great. Wait, so he's going up in a weight class? That's one weight class above him?
Yeah.
Interesting. Nice. Volkanov is just a monster. He's just like he reminds me of like a mini GSP.
like Volkanovski?
Huh? Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
He reminds me of like a mini GSP because like he was never like really a fighter growing up. He was just a very athletic dude. He played rugby, used to be a beast. He was like 250. And but he's just super athletic, super smart, and he picks up the skills well. Like he hasn't been in the MMA game that long, but he's just dominating. So yeah, I'd love to see him go up.
And I always thought that he had the game to beat Khabib. If anyone had the game to beat Khabib, it would be Volkanovski.
Khabib's tough, man.
Yeah, but absolutely. But if anyone has the game to beat him, because Volk's so small and because he's a kickboxer and because he has great wrestling as well, I just thought he would be a great kind of like.
There's just too many. The levels, the wrestling are just very different. And Khabib's was just untouchable. I saw like when Volkanov fought. Who's the other short white guy wrestler? Very explosive. I can't remember his name right off the top of my head, but he fought him recently and put Volkanov in a nasty guillotine.
Oh yeah.
And
Ortega. Yeah.
No, not Ortega. Not Ortega. It was Ortega. Oh yeah, Ortega was the one that put him. I was thinking of someone else, but he's been put in a nasty guillotine a few times. But like I think Khabib's level of wrestling is just, it would be far too much for Volkanov. We'll never know, but
we'll never know. But
different.
That's why I'd love to see Volk versus Islam Makhachev. I just think it'd be a cracker.
Yeah, you're not. The problem with that is like you're never gonna catch the guy in wrestling skills if like he's been doing it since he could crawl, and his dad had him like wrestling bears and doing it for nonstop for his entire life. Like you're just never gonna You're never gonna close the gap enough. So.
Yeah, but that's where he makes it up in the kickboxing.
Listen, he wouldn't win. Damn it.
Much.
Yeah, no. I mean, I think his strategy would be to come in there, leg kicks galore, just like he did with Holloway. Chop the legs, try to reduce his range of motion so he can't take him down. But it'd be interesting. He wouldn't win, but it'd be interesting.
And there we have it. I think we've gone through all the comments that. We had one starred one that I had not brought up, and it's gone because I pressed the wrong button. So Sorry about that. It was Hex Luther. It was mentioning for the KSB Hexy Awards for onboarders, talking about, I believe it was giving a shout out to Crypto Sparbook, because I mean, if you're going around the country trying to onboard people, get consideration as well.
Pretty deserving.
Yeah, pretty deserving.
Yeah.
I just filled out a sample ballot. I did not submit that ballot, but may or may not have had some of my nominations.
Don't take it personal, Hex ladies. Jeez.
Exactly. So go vote, or nominate. Actually, the voting hasn't even begun yet. But yeah, ksb.tv, and like I said, happy hour partay on the boat if this show wins something. Motley Investor. We're going to close out here. Thank you for your attendance. Lightning round and crypto UFC commentary. Where can
Can't
we
wait.
find you?
Can't wait for all the comments and crap from Twitter for that lightning round.
Twitter videos.
Yeah,
Motley
yeah.
Investor said this
I
about my coin.
Can't wait. You can just follow me, Motley Investor, everywhere.
There you go. And Bloo Bum is the man. Where can we find you?
Yeah, at Bloo Bum on Telegram or at Bloo Bum is the man on Twitter. I'm often in the Hedron or icosa Hedronologist chat. Yeah.
And a lot of exciting things coming up in Hedron here in the next few weeks.
Actually, I'll just mention one thing on
yes.
I think on Sunday. Check out RH Maximalist. Gifford and I are going to be going through the RH Maximalist YouTube channel. Gifford and I and RH Max are going to be going through how to price these HSIs and that are coming up for auction.
You said Sunday?
Yeah, I think it's 23rd. Is that Sunday?
Okay.
What's the total T-share count? It's over 50,000, right? Is it even more now?
I can't remember.
Okay,
Off the top.
it's a lot.
Yeah.
Exciting times coming up in a couple weeks, and we're starting to see Hedron perk up a little bit. The Bloo Bum, I don't think you've been on since we've asked this question. Do we lose a 0 before November 13th in Hedron?
It's just like a 2x or 2 and a bit X from here, huh?
Yeah. We had some skeptics last week. I say I think we can.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
It'd be very fleeting if we did.
Yeah.
I think you got
Let's
too many
say
people
you-
that are going to front run.
Yeah, but that's the thing. It's like as soon as you say yes, then everyone front runs it. So
Yeah.
who knows?
To be decided. I think RH Max might be on with Access tonight, so everybody head over, check that out. And of course, I think Discord Syndicate's going to be doing their hangout as well. And that will wrap it up for us. Thank you, chat, for coming by. Don't forget, the link is up in the channel. So Motley and I are going to be talking to Billy Brambrow, who was the author of that piece in Forbes on HEX. Basically, the short of it, HEX is going to pretty much nuke the crypto market because it's going to be like a Terra Luna.
I gotta go read that stupid article again.
Cited by miserable Mike Alfred, unfortunately. So yeah, we'll talk to him all about it Tuesday, 5 p.m. Eastern. Motley and I will see you then. Thank you, Big K. Thank you, Bloo Bum. Randy Hilarski, I see you on Twitter right now. Where were you, bro? Just kidding. And Tangent, I hope you wake up and have a great day. All right. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you next week. Cheers.